Hello, everybody. You all are welcome to lecture second on semester first geography. So, welcome back. Today, we are going to discuss about the division of geography and physical geography and its components. In last class, as we have studied about and discussed about the definition of geography, nature, and scope of geography. So, as you know, that geography is a discipline which has unique sets of perspectives. Geographers look at the world from the viewpoint of geographic space and focus on synthesizing ideas from different disciplines and develop and use special techniques to represent and manipulate the spatial data. Spatial data is a data which is available on a particular space on the surface of the earth. So geographer the geographer looks or extract the data from the space, and they manipulate it and represent it with the special techniques. So in last class we discussed about the nature, and today also we will give some more emphasis we put some more emphasis on the nature of geography. So if you look at the nature of geography provide accurate, orderly, and rational description of variable characteristics of the earth's surface. So there are so many characteristics of the earth's surface, there are variable characteristics of the earth's surface. So geographical knowledge, it seeks to accurately, orderly, and rationally, it gives the description of the variable characteristics of the earth's surface. So geographer studies about the space and the temporal database, and it also studies the distribution, the phenomena, the process, and the feature, as well as the interaction of humans and their environment. The other aspect of nature we have studied also in last class, that the geography is highly interdisciplinary. Highly interdisciplinary means it extracts its knowledge from different disciplines like sociology in social sciences, anthropology in social sciences, and physics, mathematics, or statistics in sciences and humanities, etc. So geography, it seeks to classify phenomena. It seeks to classify phenomena, to generalize, to ascend from the effects of the causes, and in doing so to trace out the laws of nature and to mark their influence upon the humans. I will not use the term man here, because human, it consists of both man and woman. So this is basically a description. Geography is basically the description of the world. In nutshell, it is a description of the world, both in terms of science and social sciences, as it studies both the physical aspects as well as the natural aspects. Now we will look at upon the division of the geography. So geography has can be divided into many disciplines. So broadly it can be classified into two, that is physical geography and the human geography. Then physical geography can be further classified into climatology, geomorphology, hydrogeography or hydrology, and biogeography. So these are all the subdisciplines within the physical geography. Similarly, in the human phenomena, or human geography can be further classified into social geography, cultural geography, political geography, population or demographic geographies, gender geography, etc. So there are various subfields within the human geography as well as the physical geography. So if you look at the physical geography in this semester, you have to mainly focus on the physical geography, and more specifically you have to focus upon the geomorphology. Geo means earth, morpho means the landscape, and logy means the study. So geomorphology is the study of various landforms on the earth's surface. So we have to discuss about the mainly about the interior of the earth and the landforms on the earth, like fluvial landforms formed by the rivers, then glacial landforms formed by the glaciers, and then aeolian landforms which are created by winds, etc. So in if you look at the physical geography, so its components are basically, it's very simple. You are studying from class 10th itself, I guess. So its components are simple as land, water, then atmosphere, and the interior of the earth. So the land can be called as lithosphere. So whatever there is, like rocks, etc., it comes under lithosphere. Then atmosphere, the climatologist, which is the subfield of physical geography, studies about the atmosphere and the various processes within the atmosphere. Then the hydrosphere, the oceanograph geographers looks at the processes evolved within the hydrosphere. And you know that earth's surface, 71% of the earth's surface is covered by water, so it's a large part. And this discipline, this oceanography, generally looks at the processes involved within the hydrosphere. So when these three layers, atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere, so there is a shallow surface or zone which is also known as a life layer, and we are also the part of it. And there are various flora and fauna within this, and this part of component of physical geography is known as biosphere, or biogeographers, they study about this. So if you look at the geography as a discipline, or we look at the nature of the geography, so geography can be studied through the perspective of exploration. It can be studied through applied sciences. Then we can study it more specifically in regional geography. And then we can also look upon the human and environmental relationship. It is also a behavioral science which looks at the behavior of the humans, how these human interact at different places, and why there is a difference between the behavior within the human phenomena. And it is also a spatial science and ecological science which looks basically on the nature. uh, it is also a radical geography which looks through the very different perspective, and which is highly radical in nature. So if you look at the physical geography, so physical geography can be classified, as I've told you before, that it can be classified into geomorphology, climatology, hydrology, and soil geography. So geomorphology, basically it studies about the lithosphere, whatever the processes within the lithosphere, and the different continents, like the continental drift theory. You have to study in your next unit continental drift theory, then plate tectonics theory. So it all comes under the domain of geomorphology. Climatology, it looks at the process of atmosphere and the average, or the average of 30 years, which is known as climate, and also looks at the everyday weather phenomena. But in this semester you have to mainly focus on the geomorphology, because your entire syllabus, it is based upon the geomorphology. Then there is also hydrology, which studies about the water and influence on the earth, whatever. So geomorphology, as a scientist, German scientist known as Albert Pang, he termed the coin for the first time, that is geomorphology. So geo means earth, morpho means form, and logy is discourse. So we studied about the discourse, which means history of the earth, starting from the geological time scale. Like your earth is 4.6 billion years old. The total age of the earth is 4.6 billion years. If you compare this lifespan of earth with humans, we are not even 0.00001% of the total lifespan in this earth. Like the human civilization have evolved in like 1 lakh years back, or maybe 2 lakh years back. Before that we were not there. So there were different periods, there were different eons and eras. So we will discuss in detail in coming lectures. So with this I will wrap up here. So the purpose of this semester is particularly to inculcate the concepts related to the geomorphology. In that you have to focus, your central focus should be on the landforms and the theory